Hey everyone, Rico Reviews here. It is that time of the week when I do my NBC Superstore recap. So this week's episode was called Wedding Day Sale, and that basically involved the Cloud9 shoppers preparing for their one day of year wedding day sale. And what I really liked is that some of the other characters that we don't see a lot, got their chance in the spotlight. This was definitely a Cheyenne and Beau centric episode. They were shopping for their upcoming nuptials, and Beau pulls out this wad of cash that's $5,000, and he got that because a legally blind old lady who was drunk ran over him, and he said they settled out of court and he got $5,000. And what Beau wanted to do with that $5,000 was buy a bunch of computers so him and his bandmates could smash them at the wedding. And I'm like, where in the world is your head at, Beau? And he's playing this video game in electronics, and Amy tries to tell Cheyenne and Beau that they need to start saving money for the baby, and she starts throwing these random baby and pregnancy items up in the air, and Beau is scanning them, and he thinks this is a game. He thinks he got a score of 2,500 when Amy informs him that that's how much all the stuff costs. Beau gets scared and he runs out. So that leads Dina and Amy to go after him, and I really like that we got to see Dina and Amy together. I think them two have a nice friendship going on. And what happened was, when they were going to go find him, before they left the store, Dina's like, oh, I've got a taser, we'll find him. And I'm like, oh my god, classic Dina, she's just so funny. So they go in Dina's truck, which doesn't have a radio, by the way, because Dina says that if it doesn't have a radio, then robbers will probably not steal her truck then. So they're in the car and they're talking about their past relationships, good and bad, and Dina spots this guy on a cart which she thinks belongs to Cloud9, while Amy spots Beau on a bike, and I'm like, really, you have a baby coming and you don't have a car? And of course Dina chooses to go get the cart from this stranger, which turns out not to be a Cloud9 shopping cart. So her and another thing that was kind of sad is when they're talking about the relationships, and Dina doesn't want to go back to the wedding day sale because she's sad seeing all these brides and she hasn't found anybody yet, and I'm sure Dina will find her Prince Charming soon. She has a very good personality. Amy and Dina grab lunch, and Amy says, well, we don't have to go back to wedding day sale, we have a relaxing day. And Dina decides her relaxing day will be at the shooting range, and Dina is quite impressed with Amy's shooting skills, and she said, and I thought you were just the second hottest girl in the store. So that was funny. And when they get back to Cloud9, Amy discovers that the crush that Dina was talking about was Jonah, even though that Jonah doesn't return feelings. And when they come back, Beau spots Cheyenne in this wedding dress, and she said she looks like a princess, which I thought was nice. And he says, we're gonna have a Beau awesome wedding, a Beau-ific life, and a Beau awesome shorty baby. And Cheyenne's like, oh my gosh, you just wrote our wedding vows. I'm like, oh my god, these two are perfect for each other. And while they were gone, Jonah and Garrett were trying to compete to see which one of their wedding styles that Cheyenne would pick, and it was kind of funny to see Jonah and Garrett competing to see which one Cheyenne would choose. Also, what I really liked is that we got some Glenn and Mateo scenes. Glenn found out that Mateo is gay, and he was very accepting. Even Mateo complimented him on that. And Glenn made up this section in the store for gay people to get married, and he said, I wanted to make sure that everybody feels equal and accepted here, which I thought that was awesome. Good for you, Glenn, for being so accepting, because not a lot of people are. And this gay couple comes up to the display and they think it's nice, but then Glenn goes over the top of these balloon poppers that pop all over the place, and he was trying, and Mateo was trying to tell them that he's trying, and even his partner was saying, oh, this is your dad 2 years ago, and the guy was completely understanding. So, as you can see, Superstore did not disappoint. It is such a funny show. I totally recommend it if you guys haven't seen it. If you want to catch Superstore, it is on Monday nights, 8 p.m. on NBC. I hope you enjoyed this Superstore recap, and until next time, stay regal.